Yo, 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 welcome back to Just2Funny TV, man. This is the School of Martians podcast, the only podcast that's out of this world. I am your host, Just2Funny, a.k.a. Juice, a.k.a. Martian Mathers. And I'm here with my co-host, Polgar. I don't know why that's still so funny, like every time we do it.
No, I'm doing good, man. I'm tired as all hell today. I slept, you sleep really deep and then you wake up the next morning and you don't want to do anything the whole day. That's me today. So
no, it's definitely weird with the weather change.
Yeah.
It's getting like darker earlier.
Yeah.
It's like this whole last week I've been like so tired, like just in a funk.
Yeah.
But then I was thinking, you know what? This gets worse because soon it's going to be getting dark at like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
It's going to be bad.
And it's like 7:30-ish right now. It's dark.
Yeah.
It's going to be like we're going to be getting out of work and it's going to be dark pretty much soon. So I guess I can't complain too bad. But yeah, it's definitely like rearranging me a little bit, you know? I feel like maybe the older age is a factor in that. I don't know what's going on, but like all of a sudden I'm just like, man, why is my life so like sluggish lately?
Yeah.
And I think it's just like the weather, but who knows? I don't know. Yeah, glad to be back. We are back. We have a guest on the show today, a special guest at that. It's probably gonna be one of my favorite ones I ever do. Our guest on the show today is my son, Jaden. What's up, Jaden?
Hello, guys. You know, I do something? Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, just pull the mic closer and then you just grab the arm. Yep, there you go.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
First time, guys. First time.
It's first time up here. So yeah, guys, this is my oldest son, Jaden. He's 15. Man, I know you're probably looking at me like, how do you have a 15-year-old kid? But it's true. I do. There's proof right here. Yeah, and I've been asking him if he wanted to come on for a while, and I thought, ooh, I should see if Sunday he wants to come on. So we made it happen, and he's here today. So we're gonna be talking with him, seeing what's going on. So what's up, Jaden? What's up, dude?
Nothing much. I don't know what to say, but actually, you've been asking me to come on here for like when it first started, right?
Yeah.
I was like one of your first
Yeah.
couple you wanted to come on here.
Well, I wanted to do one too with you and Brendan. That would be sick. And I actually told him that we were doing a podcast today, like with you, and he like lost his mind. Like, I want to go, I want to be there, I want to do it too. And like, I feel bad, but we'll do that a different time with him. But yeah, I think I was asking you like right when I started a podcast. I was like, dude, you should come on the show and we should talk. But well, it's also because I know that you make videos too and stuff. So I was like, ooh, this could like, he could like show people at his school or his friends like, yo, look, I was on a podcast,
Oh yeah, my friends know about the podcast.
Oh, they
like,
do?
Yeah.
Damn.
He still knows your channel when I was younger.
Yeah.
And did those Pokemon videos.
Yeah.
I used to literally like show everyone like all the Pokemon I got, and then people still to this day remember your channel. I know it. Like DeAndre, the other day he saw your podcast, saw how much views you're getting. He's like, damn, your dad gets a lot of views. I'm like, I know. It's a good podcast. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's funny. I remember like coming to your school, like when you were like younger though, like maybe like 4th, 5th grade, and like your friends would come up to me and be like, "Hi, I'm Jaden's friend. I watch you on YouTube." And I used to be like, "Yo, thanks, man. Like that's cool." Like, so that's how I knew that you were like spreading the word in your school that like you were on, because I didn't make videos really without you. I made a couple vlogs by myself, but it was always like me and my kids in my vlogs. That's kind of like what I was trying to do, is like make that kind of content at the time. So it's funny because I used to go to his school, and like all of his his buddies would be like, "Oh, dude, I watch you on YouTube," or "Yo, I'm a subscriber." Like, and it was like it feels good.
Yeah.
Like it feels good.
It's kind of like almost like a role model, I guess you could say. I mean,
Yeah.
show your kids that you're being creative and stuff like that, and then they take that on,
Yeah.
So-
I mean, like, I've always been like the kid too that's like been into technology, even when I was like very young.
Yeah.
You know, like I always had like the best like 5 disc changer that came out. I always had like, you know,
Yeah.
like an iPod when they came out. Like I always had like technology. So like when it came to the point where we could do all this stuff on our phones, like make videos and post them to the internet and stuff, I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. Because this
Yeah.
is what I've liked to do. Like this is what I wished I could have done years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just cruise by in a 4-wheeler.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so like it's just cool. Like I don't know, but it's funny. I used to go to his school and like his friends would all come up to me or even kids in his class and be like, dude, I watch you on YouTube. Or like this one kid, I don't know who he was. He had like a rat tail.
Oh my God, there's like everyone in my school back then had one.
And I remember this little kid came up to me. He had like a rat tail, and he told his mom, he's like, Mom, this is a famous rapper. And I just like turned away. I was like, I do not want to have this conversation right now. Like, this little, because this little kid thinks I'm like a famous rapper because he's seen my video on YouTube with like 400 views. Then like,
Yeah, back then I thought you were like,
chill. Like,
thought you were like the next Eminem. I thought you were like famous. I mean,
well,
famous for around here.
it's like crazy though that like I'm not gonna lie, the impact my music has had in this area throughout the years is crazy. Like I'll go into gas stations like sometime, like, and like people are like, "Yo, aren't you blah blah blah?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Dude, I love that Voicemail to Heaven song that you did," and I'm like, "That's cool." Like it's just random people I don't even know, and Sean Ziegler, right? My boy Sean, the one that balls. Remember, he played laser tag with us. We brought him home that one night from Cricky's party or whatever. So he's back up from Texas right now. Like he moved back up here from Texas, and me and him went and played basketball at men's league. Like this is maybe like February or like March. It was snowing out, I remember. But I picked him up and we went to ball. But before we went to ball, we went to Everson's to get gas. And the kid in Everson's was like, "Yo, aren't you a famous rapper?" And I was like, "Nah." He was like, "Yeah, dude, I've seen you on YouTube before, man." And I'm like, "No." Like I was kind of playing it off, right? And he goes, "Dude, yes you are, dude." He's like, "You're CeeLo's brother, dude." And I'm like, "All right, yeah." And the kid asked me if I could sign his brand new Jordans he was wearing with a Sharpie. He's like, "Yo, will you sign my Jordans?" And I told him this. I'm like, "You really want me to sign your shoes?" He's like, "Yeah, dude." And I was like, "I'm on my way to basketball right now." He goes, "At Red Jacket?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "I'm going to be there too." I go, "Here's the thing. You show up at basketball tonight after work, I'll sign your shoes at the basketball thing." And he's like, "All right, bet." And here I am just like shooting on the side of the court, like waiting for us to go on. And this kid like walks in and he's got his bag and he can't like wait to get out there. And he starts like rebounding for me. it was funny as hell. And then like I'm sitting there like talking to him because we sat down, we're watching the game that was playing. And I go, dude, dude, like add me on Snap or something. And like I added him on Snap. And like he just like, and then like I realized like I watched his story like the next day and it's like me playing basketball. Like he was like recording me playing basketball. Like it's like, dude, like it's like weird to even think about that. Like there's people, because I don't even look at myself as like a famous person or even famous at all, you know? But just in this little area, these little towns, it's like cool to see like other people just kind of be like, whoa, that's him. Like, you know, it makes me feel like what I've been doing my whole life kind of has like paid off in my own area. You know, like everybody knows or has heard of me in this area. It's cool, but it's not, because you could have heard some bad shit about me or you just know me from the internet, whatever.
You should have just said you're Eminem.
I
You
should
should
be
have
like,
just been like, yeah, I'm Eminem.
I should be like, yeah, man, I'm Martian Mathers.
Yeah.
I still feel like that's the dopest shit that I ever came up with. Like when I said that, I was like, dude, why haven't I played on that before?
Marshall. Or what would
When
you
I was listening to your podcast at first, or I think it was like, because I watched a couple of yours. I watched the Diddy one and like a couple other ones. And, you know, off the intro, you said Martian Mathers, and I was laughing like so hard. I don't know why.
It's so sick.
You had like 20 names for yourself. You're like,
Yeah.
Justin Amanias, that, and then Martian Mathers. And it was just,
I know, it's just like something that like just like hit me one day because I feel like I went to say Marshall Mathers, but I said like Martian Mathers. Like I said it like all fucked up. I'm like Martian Mathers, which is also dope because we're on like Martian Road, you know, like our road is like
School of
Martian Road. Yeah,
School of Martians.
School of Martian merch. Go cop it. But yeah, no. So long story short, getting like sidetracked from like the story from your school. I just remember showing up to your school for like open house and whatever and stuff like that, and kids would just like surround me.
Oh wow.
And it was weird. I'm like, how do all these little, and then I started thinking, I'm like, I gotta watch what I'm putting out on the internet right now. I got all these little kids watching me. I gotta watch like what I'm saying, what I'm putting in the videos. Like, so then it kind of made me change my whole kind of thing, to be honest. I'm like, man, I got a bunch of younger kids like watching my stuff. I better like get it together a little bit.
Yeah.
Because when I first got there, I'm like, yo, I'm a rapper. What's up, dog? What's going on, G? You know, like I was kind of like a gangster.
Yeah.
And then I was like, dang, I gotta like chill out and like kind of make like family friendly content.
Yeah.
But that was actually like a turning point that I guess I never really like said out loud. But when I realized all those like younger kids were like paying attention to me at your school, especially, because I'm like, dang, this is in Geneva too. Like kids in Geneva don't give a fuck. I'm like, and they're watching my shit. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna like, you know,
Well, so
I'm gonna tidy it up a little
with
bit.
that being said, like your dad doing all this, right? What was the impact in your school on your side? You know, having a dad that's on the internet and posting videos and whatnot. So
when I was younger, like around, I wouldn't say 5th grade, a little younger, like probably kindergarten to like 2nd grade.
Push the mic up closer to you.
yeah,
There was like everyone like watched my Pokemon videos of me opening Pokemon cards.
yeah.
Then like older I got, the less he posted, so like my friends didn't know. And the other day DeAndre posted on TikTok, it was like an old video. You remember that helium challenge we did?
Oh yeah,
He posted a clip of me rapping "Everyday Bro" from Jake Paul,
that was funny.
and he like reposted it and said, "Bro is not Jake Paul" or something like that. And he was just like messing with me. And I didn't even care. I don't think anyone knew it was me either.
You know who loves that video though? Ivy. I showed it to her one day, and she thinks everything that was you when you were younger is Brendan. Like she thinks it's Brendan. She goes, Brendan. I'm like, no, that's Jaden. She's like, oh, Jaden. Like I don't know what it is. She think like you and Brendan don't even look anything alike. But it's funny, like she thinks that like all the videos that we used to upload when you were younger, she just thinks it's Brendan.
I look so much different too.
Yeah.
Like now.
And you sound different too, because I remember like in that video, your voice was so high, and you were like even your laugh was like so high pitched. Because like when I watched it with Ivy too, I'm like, dang, dude, he was little, and like we're just in the living room just filming. Like I don't know. It's just like I guess we were doing whatever we could back then to put out a video. But I had all the shit back then too. Like I had all like the wireless mics and everything hooked up. Like
we had. Like,
I always had everything to make a video.
Yeah, we had the mic, the wired one, go all the way up to the bowl.
Yeah,
it on the bowl.
You could hear it so loud when you go in there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. But yeah. So, anyways, keep going with like the kids in your school. What Bogart was asking
So
you.
then I started a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Like I made the account, I think 2019. I started posting 2021. First video was me and my friends jumping off bridges into like Seneca Lake.
Okay.
And then
Those are good ones. Brendan watches those all the time.
a couple of them. I'm pretty sure the first 2-3 videos were us jumping off bridges. And then I forgot after that. Oh, I made a lot of gaming videos. Like, I made like Minecraft and just random videos, video games that I played.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, like after the summer school started, I quit. I didn't touch YouTube at all. Next summer came, everyone expected me to post.
Yeah.
So I posted a ton of videos, got a lot of views. This summer, I posted one video, got a couple dozen views.
Okay.
Everyone's like, when's the next video, this and that? I made a ton of videos, didn't drop a single one because I just didn't want to. Because
Now, do you think it is why you didn't drop it? Was it kind of like it was the summer and you didn't want to, you know, you want to enjoy summer.
Yeah, it was that too, cause
Yeah.
like summer, it is like 2-3 months, something like that. But to get away from school,
Yeah.
I had to like use my time wisely.
Yeah.
And like when I made videos, it's really whatever I was doing. It's not like I really planned stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I would want to make a video. Like I tell my friends, oh yeah, let's make a video. Or my friends would ask me to make a video. I already told you guys about the ideas earlier. And another video we're gonna do was my friend would like be fishing or whatever in front of like another fisherman.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna come over with my fishing pole and be like, hey, I'm fishing here. This is my fishing spot. And he's like, no, I was here first. I'm like, bro, move. He's like, no. And then I like push him in the water and see what the other people would do. And we were gonna do like a whole bunch of other things, and they just didn't go as planned because that day it rained.
Oh, yeah.
And then I forgot about it. Other videos I did record, but I didn't get much of a reaction, and I didn't want to like clickbait like you said earlier or like make the video boring.
Yeah.
So I stopped doing videos.
Yeah.
I just lived my life without recording everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good way to live though, especially when like there's so many other people too just trying to make content every day and trying to make like they film everything. Like they'll be like, "Oh my god, I just got this new pumpkin spice deal from Starbucks. It's so good." And it's like, "Okay, I saw the commercial on YouTube. I saw the ad already. Like I didn't need you to verify it, you know?" It's just like people upload anything and everything nowadays. So, it's like, no, I get it. And I think it's cool, like, no, because you do have a whole bunch of fishing videos on your channel.
Oh yeah, I had a catch and cook too.
Yeah. Yep. You did the fishing ones. You did like, no, you got a lot of stuff on your YouTube. And like, I used to watch it all the time. I mean, I still do because like Ivy always wants me to put you on there. And I watch it and I'm like, dude, that's crazy. Like, I always think about if I was in your shoes right now, if I had the technology and like the mindset of like this era and I had access to all this stuff like back then, like, dude, we would have already blown up. I would have been in a movie or something by now.
Yeah.
Like,
And then I started making 2 accounts. Like one was like vlogs and like
one was like
camera recording
gaming and
then
stuff.
another one was like streams and gaming.
Yeah, because I saw your gaming one too.
Yeah, the gaming one. And the thing was being like a streamer in social media. Like a lot of people are doing social media, especially live streaming. Thing is with that, it's all luck. You could put in thousands of hours. You could put in thousands of dollars. You could work so hard, but like it's who gets your like thing.
Yeah.
Like clip farming. Say like this is like live right now. And I'm like, oh, I know how to get attention. I'm just gonna say something stupid. I say something stupid. I go back in the stream, clip it, post it on TikTok, and then people will be like, oh, this guy's funny or something, and they follow you. But if you don't get the views on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, then you don't get famous. And then it's really just luck, really. Like, it's just
well, like
you
it's
get pushed
real.
out to.
Like it's really like you said. Like you just take one funny thing you said from that video, clip it, put it out there, just for all these people to be like, oh, that guy's funny. I'm gonna go watch it, and they watch it to be like, this guy's not interesting at all.
Like when you look at like streamers that blew up, like Speed, like this was like years ago. How he first started going viral. This guy was playing 2K with Bronny, you know, LeBron's son.
Yeah.
He's getting famous. Then he starts doing backflips. He starts barking at random people and things, starts yelling. He's like funny, he has a good personality. And then people like Jinxie, another streamer, he got famous because he would like, when he was playing like the game Siege, he would like blink aggressively. Like he'd be like, and then like, he would just, like the way he act, like he would just act stupid. The way he talked, he would roll his R's and stuff.
Is that the guy that's a part of, was it the, I can't remember what the clan or whatever. I don't know. Like,
KSI, or no, not KSI.
FaZe?
Yeah.
FaZe
Was
clan.
he in
Nah,
FaZe?
Nah, he fell off because like he's been famous for a couple years now, like 2 years. But him and FaZe just did like a basketball 5v5, and they had like big stuff going on. Same with TwitchCon. They had like they like met up and did stuff with FaZe, but he doesn't. He's gonna box one of the FaZe members actually.
Damn.
Clicks, I think, something like that. I don't really pay attention, but I guess it's over an OnlyFans girl because that Jinxie guy, yeah, he's dating the OnlyFans girl, Brecky Hill, and he told him, like, Clicks told him, ever since you dated that OnlyFans girl, you've been weird. She's controlling you, this and that. And then he called her a bitch, and then he's like he lost it. He's like, oh yeah, we're done. We're fighting and boxing.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's just for clout though.
I feel like that's like what everything comes to nowadays. It's like, oh, we don't like each other. Let's do a celebrity boxing match.
Yeah.
Like that's what everybody does.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
both
how-
parties win money.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
they
And-
sign
and a
a
loss.
thing and
Yeah.
they both make money and they, you know, beat the shit out of each other in a boxing ring. I mean, all around, everyone's making money, you know, so, you know, and you're taking out your frustrations on the other dudes. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just to be relevant again, because sometimes when you start falling off, you gotta promote yourself again.
Yeah.
Like somehow, like KSI. Have you heard his song?
No.
His song is terrible. It sounds like a Disney song.
No,
Like,
I
it
haven't heard
sounds
it.
like it sounds like it's from Moana or something. It is so bad.
I'm gonna look it up later.
It's literally like he had Lunchly. Do you know what Lunchly is?
Yeah.
It's literally Lunchables, but without Capri Sun.
Well, yeah,
It's-
because didn't
prime.
it KSI and Logan Paul just like buy Lunchables?
Nah, yeah, they
No.
made like their own though. They made it Lunchleys.
Lunch
Like I said,
Lees,
instead
yeah,
of
something
Capri
like that.
Suns, it's Prime, and then without the Crunch bar, like candy, it's a Mr. Beast bar. So
Yeah,
other stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was
Yeah.
it was Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI. They all went in on this thing.
yeah, and then Dan TDM. Do you know who that is? I
Yeah.
used to watch him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He commented about it, and he's like, "You're like an influencer for kids, and you're trying to promote this nasty processed food."
Yeah.
And he's from the UK, where they eat beans and like whatever they eat. I don't know. They eat like
Non-processed
bread.
food.
Yeah. All America is processed food.
Yeah.
Lunchables have the same thing as Lunchly. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they all have chemicals and stuff in it.
Oh, yeah.
Like this water, purified water. There's probably some lead in it.
Yeah, probably.
Probably some.
I think it's
stuff
some
in it.
spring water actually. That's all I drink.
Spring water, you know.
Yeah,
It's
something.
probably some dude in his apartment filling up water bottles and selling it. You know, it's just
Yeah,
it-
reselling.
it all that shit is
When
from
you-
tap water. So
When you really think about it, right? It's like we buy water in a bottle like that. Like they got us, dude. Like they could like when you really think the biggest marketing scheme ever is bottled water.
yeah,
They literally sell water in a bottle and you buy it and you drink it and you're like, "Oh, I needed that water."
well, now do you think that
crazy.
it should be free because water, you know, is a free thing in public? They have drinking fountains and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Should they start giving away water bottles now because you know it is you know a
That's
resource?
Dude, that's a good idea. We should make a video, right? Where we go to a park and fill up like gallons of water from the drinking fountain, go home and distill it and bottle it and see if we can sell it. And like, that'd just be like the ultimate flex ever. Like, yo, we're selling, come get our triple distilled, Mertensia water. Like,
Now
you know,
distilling, right? Now they have like those they're purified water things where you pour the tap water in and it distills the water and then
Yeah.
it purifies it and whatever. Now it's just triple distilled, right? So what do
Yeah.
you just put it in 3 times?
I don't
and then-
know.
I don't even know how that works.
I was just trying to, well, because you know, like all these vodka companies are like,
triple distill and
oh, it's
shit.
like double, or it's filtered twice, it's distilled 4 times. Like, you know,
yeah.
I was just saying it in like a marketing way, but that would be actually funny is if like you went to a park, got all their free water, like filled up a bunch of things of free water and like boiled it, you know, like,
Yeah.
you know, like uncontaminated it and bottled it and tried to sell it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It seems like a lot of work.
What are homeless people doing right now? If I was homeless, I'd be over my bonfire right now distilling water. With
If I was
all the,
homeless, I'd go to jail.
with all, yeah,
Yeah. So
same.
there's a lot of people like in New York City and stuff like that will actually take bricks and just throw it in the window and get arrested in the winter. And then they'll sit in jail for like a winter. And then like summertime comes along and
They're out.
They're out. And now they can be resourceful. They can beg for money or whatever. And
Now it's warm again.
yeah, exactly. So
But
yeah.
I think that's literally why New York got rid of like the arresting every single person and putting them in jail thing. Because I think too much of that was going on where people just needed a place to be. And like, I think that's why you get arrested in New York now. They Like they just like release you. They give you a ticket.
Yeah, so
and they
now
release you.
what they're doing is now it's called catch and release. It's just
Yep.
basically they charge you and then you sit in this holding cell so until they figure out what you're doing, and then they just release these crazy criminals out to the public again. It's absolutely ridiculous. So
It's crazy because like a lot of the arrests that I see, I'm like, dude, this person needs to be in jail. Why do
Exactly.
why they let like this guy just like did some crazy shit, whatever, and they let him go.
Yeah, even
like he's
rappers,
back out.
like some people are like, oh yeah, free this rapper because they like his music. Free him, but not near me because
yeah,
he's a like friggin' what's his name? TK.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I forgot his name. I listened to his music.
YNW Melly.
He literally got arrested for killing multiple people, robbing people, like just ton of like felonies and stuff and just all these crimes. And he was like 13, 14, 15 at the time. People are like, oh yeah, free him. Can't wait till he's free. So he can come out and kill more people.
Yeah, like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like they don't the new criminal system that we have now doesn't think of the consequences after they release them. They don't. Like you do have programs like probation and parole and stuff like that, but people can get around it. I got around it, and it's just, I don't know. Like I think the whole, criminal system is pretty fucked right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, like that that one guy that just got executed. You know that guy? It was like he was charged for like killing someone. Like they didn't find any. It was like years ago. It was like, I don't even want to look it up. It would take too long. It was like a crime that happened like 50 years ago. And it was like some black guy. So it was back like when there was racism. And then they accused him of killing this girl. They found out that there was no DNA of his, and they falsely accused him. He was about to get executed. And people, like, there's like 1 million signatures to not like execute him, and they execute him. Like, it was just falsely accused.
Yeah.
Like,
damn. Yeah. And
just like,
it's sad because these days, like innocent people can go to jail for a very long time because, the investigation they did was half-ass. Like it was just, they didn't spend time. And then when they do spend time, they realize, oh shit, this guy didn't do it. And, it's the way it is.
Like, they find out, oh, he's not guilty after 20 years of being in prison.
Yep.
Like, can't go back in time and reverse it. Like, same with, remember when I got hit by a car? That guy, like, hit me and fled.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
There was, like, a whole, like, he had a ticket for it. And then he went to court for it and said, oh, yeah, he stopped and asked me. He literally stopped, asked me. Well, no, he hit me, drove off a little. And I came up to him. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't think I was in my right mind. I just got hit by a car. I, like, got hit. I was on my bike. Hit me. And then I don't know if I probably went over. Because if I went under, I probably would have been dead. And he ran a red light. And he kept going. He was probably, like, from, like, here to, like, that sidewalk way over there. And I literally, like, got up. My bike is bent in half. Like, my whole back of the bike is bent in half. I look at my fingers, see if they're broken. I'm like, all right, I'm good. I walk over to him because he also gets out of his car. He's like, you good? And I'm like, yeah. And then something, I don't remember what happened. Obviously, I wasn't good. I had freaking fractured ribs. They found out. I had, like, all these injuries I just didn't know of. My bike was bent in half. My freaking fishing pole that was in my bag was also snapped in half. Literally, everything was, like, wrong. Obviously, I'm not okay. So then he kept going. He got ticketed with, like, a hit and run. Then he went to court for it. And I guess, like, you can't, I forgot what it was, but you can't, like, you could stop and say, like, oh, are you okay? But you gotta, like, stay there.
Yeah,
like,
you can't, like, flee the scene
yeah,
of an accident.
Like, you can't act, like, I can't hit someone with a car and be like, oh, you okay? And then he's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right. And I just
you
keep
have
going
to
on
wait
with my
for
life.
first responders to come.
Yeah, and he didn't.
Police.
And the only reason why I got off with it is because the police officer, they looked at the body cam. He said, I don't even, like, want to write this ticket to you. So because he said that, they, like,
wow,
something like that. So I guess, like, he didn't get ticketed, and I wasted a couple hours in that courtroom for no reason.
Yeah.
And yeah.
All the way down to, like, even just, like, dealing with the smallest thing, It's funny you were just talking about that case, though, with the guy that got wrongly accused or whatever. I just watched this documentary on YouTube, there's this guy, can't think of his name, Clinton something. They're from Texas. This whole gang, there's like 4 dudes involved in like this shooting that happened in a car. Like someone got shot in a car and died, and there was 3 other guys in it. They're accusing this Clinton guy. Mind you, this is like a car full of white dudes, like country ass white dudes, because I seen them all. They're all like talking separately. I'm like, who the fuck are these honkies? Like, this is some weird shit. They're all like, yeah, he was down there on the 32, and I'm like, oh my god, like this is a crazy case. So this guy shot somebody, or no, they're blaming this guy that was in the passenger seat that he shot and killed the driver in the car, but the bullets were on this side of the driver's head. So he got shot on this side of his head, but the passenger is right here. Yeah. And everybody in the car said that he did it, but they all said he was sitting right there in the car. Obvious. So they did this big forensic thing. They went to like this like gun specialist, like this like shooting range, all this shit to like get all the angles down of how this guy could have been shot from the passenger seat on this side. And there's no way that it could have happened like that. And this guy's getting executed to death still. That's why he wanted to make like a documentary. And he's like, this is wrong. Like, how am I getting put to sleep, you know, like dead, like the lethal injection, when clearly I did not do this. Yeah. And like all these people are saying that he did it, but all the forensics lead to there's no way he could have did that from the passenger seat, shot this guy in the head on this side, because there's no bullets. Yeah. They even did that. Like they did like the reach around to shoot him in the head. Even if they did that, he would have been shooting almost at himself, and it would have went. So it'd be like, it would have went out, or like it would have shot the passenger windows and stuff too. And he would have been shooting back at himself. Almost like, why would you shoot somebody in the head but reach around? Yeah, like, say this is the person's head, like right? Say this is the person's head. Why would you go like this and shoot somebody when you're right here? Why would you shoot towards yourself? You could just. Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. Like
this way. Not that
yeah.
way.
Yeah. So this guy is getting wrongfully accused too, and it just made me think of that because I just watched that like Tuesday or Wednesday night. I was just sitting there and I clicked this thing. I'm like, what is this? And I was watching it. I'm like, dang. And it was like an hour and a half, and I watched the whole thing, and I'm like, dude, that's crazy. This guy is innocent. Like, I can't remember his name. It's Clinton something. It's like an easy last name. Clinton Young, Clinton Walker. I don't know, something like that. But like for sure, all the gun experts said this guy is not guilty.
Yeah.
Like they said it over and was like, there's no way this guy did it. It was somebody else.
Have you ever seen the documentary Making a Murder?
Oh yeah.
So like that was like huge when, I don't know, it was like 2015 when it came out, or 2016. Yeah. Like they found basically this town hated this person. And then the person, went to jail because no one liked his family. And they pinned a murder on him and his nephew or something like that. I'm not really sure. Pinned a murder on them because no one liked their family, because they were poor. They had property that looked bad. And, so yeah, the documentary just shows that basically he didn't do this. Like, and it's just the law system in some towns, they don't give a shit, because they think they have all the authority and stuff like that. And, and that's what like these small town, people that have been in jail all their life is because they've always been known to get into trouble. So they target, those people for any crime that has happened in the town. Oh, there was a burglary, someone robbed a gas station. Well, yeah, and so we're going to blame this guy because he's always in trouble.
Right, because we've been wanting to get him for something big.
Exactly. So, like, it's just, it's a loophole within the system. It's just basically, let's just blame it on this guy that always gets in trouble. Yeah. And then he'll go to jail, get out, and then they'll just it's a big circle. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just... and the person that wanted to change his life and stuff like that, probably always gets phone calls. Hey, where were you on blah, 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 blah that day? He can never escape it because he was known as the person that always got in trouble. So,
yeah, man, it's crazy. Oh, like I can't even talk right now. The justice system is fucked up.
It just needs to be restructured. I think it just needs to be a whole new structure of the of the justice system and stuff like that. Because in UK you can't carry a gun. A cop cannot carry a gun. They can carry tasers, but they don't carry guns. And I think that's, but we did a podcast before where, let's say a criminal did have a gun and started shooting you and you can't defend yourself back. I mean, that's pretty poopy. But, tasers are like, I think they have like a 95% takedown rate.
Yeah.
So it's just like a gun.
Yeah.
I mean, the only problem is though, is that it doesn't, when you shoot it, it goes everywhere.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't go like straight accurately.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know.
See, I feel like in like situations like that, like I feel like the only reason why a police officer should pull out a gun in any call or like anything like that is if there's like a standoff kind of deal going on.
Yeah.
Or like if someone was reported carrying a weapon or there's shots fired.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything else, like these traffic stops, they just instantly pull out a gun and shit like that. I feel like that should be a rule for police where like you can only use a taser gun except blah, blah, blah situation.
When your life's in danger. So
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So now cops carry like shotguns and stuff like that on their like rack in their car, like you said, if it is a situation where there is another gun, you always have that shotgun in the cop car, and it's just now, cops are walking around with guns, on their side, and you have like loonies that will actually try to take it out of the holster and start like, because they saw it on TikTok and whatnot. So I don't know.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
There's they're called Patriots or Patreon, something, I don't know, some with a P, and they're like, some of them told me they know Papa, and some of them know probably you, but they know TT, Tracy, and basically they're like, they have concealed weapons. No one knows that. I only know that because Papa told me, because Papa knows them. Because they're like, they worked for the police before. Some of them have been in like the FBI, or like not FBI, but like they've done like shootings and stuff like that.
Like SWAT teams and stuff.
Yeah, SWATings and all these other things. And they have concealed weapons, and I even try to look, you can't see them at all. It must be like under their shirt or something. It must be like very concealed.
Or they have like the vests where the guns are like inside the vest thing like that. Because I know like a lot of like private investigators, like they wear like a vest underneath where it has like a gun holster in it where you can't tell.
They're like security basically before school.
Okay.
And like probably because it's Geneva and
so they're probably like ex-law enforcement people.
Yeah,
I see.
They used to
retired people that just like that's like their job they do now is they just like protect the school and they've guns hidden on them.
Yeah,
I get it now.
But like I always think about it too. Like they have concealed weapons on them. Nobody knows. Nobody even like thinks, oh, what if they had a gun on them? No one's ever talked about. I don't think, at least around me or to me, but like it's just crazy to know that they got a gun on them. No one knows. No one can tell.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, so now here's a thing that the people like citizens carrying guns, they have their permits to carry them and they just carry them out in public. Now, let's say they were in a movie theater, right? And a guy had a gun, and he started shooting, and you have 4 other people shooting at the bad guy. Those bullets are going everywhere. Yeah. They're going to take out innocent people. So that's where I'm kind of eerie about, people that carry, I have my carry permit or whatever, and I can carry guns. Well, yeah, probably if we let everyone do that, there's bullets going to be flying everywhere. Yeah. It's going to be like the Wild Wild West.
It'll turn into a fucking Call of Duty real quick.
Yeah. So that's, I understand why people do it. They think they're badass. Oh, well, I have a permit to carry this, and I'm being protective. It's not being protective,
and it makes just people worried too.
Yeah, exactly. You got a worried mom calling the police because he see a guy carrying a gun, and it's I think so. There is pros and cons to it, but again, you're in a movie theater, a bad guy shoots, and you got like 5 other people shooting at him.
Yeah.
Bullets are going to go everywhere, and it's just not good.
Nobody's safe now.
No one's safe now.
You know, it like turns it into like, okay, like I'm carrying a gun so I can like make things safe, but then everyone's got a gun. So like, and some people aren't in the right minds to be holding guns.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So it's like
those road rages, you know, some people like shoot, like
yeah,
they'll brake too hard and they'll pull up next to them and they'll take it out the glove box and just shoot at the person.
Yeah,
because they just can't control their anger.
Yeah.
It's like
so what? So I guess I'm going to ask you this now. Seeing this all in the world, like, you know, school shootings and stuff like that.
You read my mind. That's where I was going next.
And you know, when me and your dad were going to school, there was barely any school shootings on.
You never
the
heard of
news.
it.
None of it.
Like the Columbine was like the biggest thing you ever heard of.
Yeah.
And then like the Sandy Hook thing, but we were out of school when Sandy Hook happened.
So now being your age, is it kind of fucking scary, dude?
I mean, speaking about Columbine, I literally I didn't really care about school shootings because a lot of people think, oh, if there's a school shooting, I'll just run away or jump out the window. What's gonna happen if he's in your class?
Yeah.
Are you just gonna be like school shootings too? It's not like usually they target one person. Say I'm like, actually I'm not even gonna say me because if my school sees this, I'll be kicked out for life. Let's just say somebody gets bullied, they don't like them, so they want to shoot them in revenge. They go to school, kill that person, then they realize they're going to jail, so they just end up killing everyone as much as they want. And it's just like you said, like they're not in the right mind. They just lose it, start killing people. I don't really worry about it, and I never did until I saw the Columbine thing. You know, they had bombs in the cafeteria, and they didn't go off. It was like, I saw this thing. There's this person that went to like a preschool or something like that, or kindergarten, killed all these kids and teachers.
Sandy Hook.
Yeah, it was Sandy Hook. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. That was in Connecticut, right?
I saw it all on TikTok.
Something like that.
It's scary. Like, school shootings are scary. And I've been in, like, almost a shooting in Destiny Mall when I was with Mimi and Papa.
That's what I was telling you about, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah, tell the story.
Yeah, and we're talking about concealed weapons. So my grandpa, he's like, he's a retired full-time investigator, so he has a weapon. He can, like, hold one around.
He's a permanent.
We went to Destiny Mall, and he decided, oh, I'm not going to bring it in. My grandma's like, oh, no, you should. And he's like, nah, I think we're good. Worst mistake ever. We're literally sitting in the chair. I'm sitting right here in, like, the massage chair eating my freaking Cheesecake Factory cheesecake. I'm devouring it. It's good as hell. My grandma's sitting right here. My grandpa's somewhere. I don't even know where he is at this point. And all of a sudden, I hear boom. I look behind me because I thought, like, crates fell because, you know, people are always going around, you know, the mall with stuff. I turn around, and I see flashes, and someone's shooting. Boom, boom.
Wow.
So then I get up, and I didn't even run away. I didn't know what to do in this moment. The guy runs right by me, and I'm just looking around. Like, my grandma's like, come in the store, come here. And I'm literally just standing still, like, looking around, watching everyone run. Like, everyone's running and ducking like this. And I'm just standing there, like, watching everyone run by me, and I'm like, wow. Like, I'm, like, slowly walking. I'm like, I was, like, so, like, scared. I didn't know, like, what to do. So I just went to the store. I wasn't even scared. I was just, it didn't feel real. It felt like a dream or something.
That's the thing.
Well,
when stuff like that happens, it doesn't feel real right away. And then, like, a few hours later, you're like, oh, my God, that actually happened.
Oh, and turns out the kid was, like, 14 years old.
Oh, my goodness.
And the summer before, he stole a car, shot himself in his leg. He's been arrested multiple times.
Cheddar bobbed himself.
Yeah. Like, he literally, and he didn't shoot anyone. No one was harmed. Basically, he was going to, like, there was, like, problems with him and a group of people. They were getting into it. And what he did, he defended himself. He took it out and shot at the garbage can to assert his dominance or something. I don't know. So he, like, scared him away.
Whatever point he was trying to prove, I guess. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to shoot the garbage can.
Oh, and then
I'm going to shoot at a metal garbage can.
I think they were next to it or something. I don't know, but hey, I scared everyone in the mall. So
yeah, well, see, that's the thing. Like, when I was your age, the only thing we had to worry about was, like, someone, like, you're playing in the yard and someone takes you.
Yeah.
Like, kidnapping, basically. That was the only thing we were scared about. There was no shootings. There was no school shootings. There was no, I mean, later on in life, we had bomb threats in school. Yeah. But that was it.
Oh, we had one the other week. And honestly, I'm not saying that it's not possible to have a bomb, But I feel like if there was a bomb in my school is so big, I feel like it would take out a classroom. Hopefully it's not mine. Hopefully it's not anyone's. But I don't think someone's going to be able to plant a bomb. Like, it happened in Columbine, but that, like you said, they didn't expect it back then.
Yeah,
and
they had like big bags. So, like, let's say
Yeah.
you did bring a bomb to school, you would have to like transport it. Either you tape it around your body and then put it somewhere, or you put it in a big bag, which one of the teachers would probably notice.
Yeah, and our school was like so strict. Like, how you can have like your book bags and carry it around in school.
Yeah.
We cannot have bags in our class or in the hallways. Like, when we come into school, we have to put our bags in our locker and carry like everything. Like, if we need a notebook, pencil, whatever, we have to just carry that around with us, a binder or whatever.
Yeah.
Can't have our bags at all. So that's how much it is. We get bag checks once a month and a lot. We do a lot of drills too for like lockdowns and.
How many
like,
vapes get taken from those things?
Oh my God. There's actually, honestly, people hide them
Shopping
in their
cart
socks.
full.
Yeah, it's so bad where in the bathroom there's like a smoke detector and it lights up blue when it like detects smoke. Every time I go in there, it's blue. Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said in his school they have vape detectors,
Okay.
which can detect if you're vaping in that room.
Oh, wow.
Not smoke. They have vape detectors in schools.
Yeah, they can literally like track everything. And the principal knows because people are like, will full on say like, oh yeah, I smoked this now. Oh yeah, last night me and him just smoked freaking 3 zips and yeah, we got high and now we're in school still high. They can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
just check
yeah.
you and then
Yeah.
if you have it, then you don't. They literally hide it in their sock, like right in here. Or they'll pass it on, they'll go like this, pass it away. Or hide it somewhere where they can't touch. Like people probably put it in their underwear. Can't touch them there. So
Yeah. So it's funny, right? Because with that vape detector thing, I went to men's basketball league one night, and there was a big like the guy that runs it was like, Skip, you met him before.
Yeah.
He was saying like, hey, Sunday, because Sunday they have it too, but he wasn't there. He just came and opened the school up for them to play, And he said that, hey, when I wasn't here Sunday, somebody was vaping in the bathroom. You set the detectors off, and which also signifies that there's no school that day, right? Because it's a Sunday. So it notifies off, like on-call people to come to the school
Shit.
to check shit out. And he's like, if you guys are vaping in the bathroom, whatever, you like stop. You can't bring that stuff. Like, it's not allowed on school grounds anyway. So don't come in here with vapes, whatever. Leave it in your car. And I'm just sitting there like, I haven't even been to men's league in a while either. It's like my first night coming back in a while. And I'm like, okay. So I'm just getting lectured about vaping in the bathroom while I'm playing basketball. Like, when I'm playing basketball, the last thing I'm thinking about is vaping, first of all. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, it's crazy. And then I remember you said that there's like vape detectors. So what's also funny is when I was in school, people would smoke weed in the bathroom. They would smoke cigarettes in the bathroom, and you could smell the cigarettes all the time in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I remember there's this one kid, I'm not going to say his name because I don't ever want to get him in trouble, even if it wouldn't, but still. This one kid, I liked him. He was like a punk rock kind of like gothic kid. He just didn't give a fuck about anything. He was always smoking in the bathroom. I walked in the bathroom one day. I swear to God, this kid was standing on the toilet seat, right, in the stall with his arms on both stalls, blowing smoke right at the smoke detector. I was like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, they already know it's me, dude. He's like, it don't matter. He was literally just blowing smoke at the smoke detector. Yeah. And then like, I'm going to the bathroom and the alarm goes off. I'm like, damn. So I'm like, hurry up. I didn't even wash my hands. I ran out of the bathroom, right? And like, he just stayed in there. Teachers all ran in the hallway, like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? And like, I know what just happened. And then I think so I seen him in the principal's office, like later that day. He was just like sitting in there. And then like, I didn't see him for like a week, but I did know that he was in school because I saw him like from far away. But he was just in school for like 2 months. He was just in like he was in like ISS for like 2 months. But this kid like literally, I walk in the bathroom, he's just literally smoking at the smoke detector, like just didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that they can detect these now, because it's like a vapor, so it's like it's gotta like you gotta think like
well, all it is a steam detector.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
just like it senses steam. Like if you, they had them
or like
back,
water, right?
Yeah, they have them on those sprinklers, like the steam detectors.
Yeah.
And then when that glass breaks, it you know
It starts
water
coming down.
Yeah. So
Have you ever seen one of those go off before, like a sprinkler system?
I've never.
I've seen them
go
go off,
off.
but not in person, like on me.
Yeah, like in like a movie and stuff, you always see them go off. I've always wanted to just like
Yeah,
I
I'm
remember
always
sitting in class and like seeing them on the ceiling, and I'm like, I just want to like take a hammer and just like
break the glass.
I think
in
about
there.
that in science.
it's just like
'cause
like I want to see it.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to get in trouble. But I've always wanted to see a sprinkler system go off.
Yeah.
about the vape thing though, I think it was last week. I don't know. School's been literally going by quick. October just started, and it's already October 6th, almost a week in October. And basically, you know, I forget my days, but I was in the bathroom, and the smoke thing went off, and I didn't even know. So it must have went off like someone must have just smoked in there, and then left, and then I came in. We have these little hall monitors. You know, I'm pretty sure 80% of Geneva is Hispanics. He's like this tall. His name's Luis. He's a little Hispanic guy, and he's like, and I always mess with him because you know he's cool. He does. I don't think he knows what I'm saying, but you know he's cool. And basically, I was in the bathroom and I leave, and the second I was about to leave, he opens the door. It's like you smoke in here, and I was like, no. I was like, why is it off? Like like you said, they like get it. Like they I was like, and he knows I don't smoke. Well, hope he knows. And then he was like, he's like, oh, okay. And then he like locked the door, and they had to like close the bathroom down, because we have like, I don't know, our bathrooms are weird, but like the sinks are outside.
Yeah.
Like
A lot of schools are like that now.
yeah, like we don't have sinks inside. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Inside the bathroom.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
they're all outside.
What?
It's
Yeah.
like the girls' room is right here, the guys' room is right here, and then in the middle it's a sink and a
Sink.
mirror. And then you open the door, the bathroom might be as small as what you guys are behind right now. Like it's so
Wow.
small. It's a stall and then two like urinals, and
Urinals,
it's
yeah.
literally the smallest thing ever.
Huh.
And I don't know about the girls. The girls probably 3 stalls, I'm guessing.
When I went
Something.
to one of your games, I think it was in like, where was it? Wayne or something. I realized when I was walking around the school, I'm like, why are the sinks outside right now? Because I had to use the bathroom while you were in your game, and like I like walked around trying to find the bathroom, and I saw sinks outside, but I didn't think there was a bathroom over there. So I actually walked by the bathroom like 3 times because I didn't know that there was a bathroom there. I just saw sinks. I'm like, okay, you can wash your hands, but where do you go to the bathroom? And I didn't realize I kept walking by the bathroom. I asked this lady, I'm like, where's the bathroom? She's like, right there. I'm like, okay. And then I go in the bathroom, and it was like, yeah, it was small. And then like, it's just crazy how it's all on the outside now.
Yeah. I mean, what are they gonna do next? Like put the toilets on the outside, and it's like, oh, kids,
probably.
go shit in the hallway. It's perfectly fine.
Well,
no, it's
you know, some kids identify as cats nowadays. They have,
Exactly.
Oh,
they
yeah,
have,
and,
they have fucking kitty litter boxes in
Yeah,
bathrooms.
in Seneca,
Oh,
in
my
Seneca
God.
Falls, like a couple years ago, they literally had kitty litter like boxes in the bathrooms,
Yeah.
What?
and people would use them.
There's one
And
over
Red
here.
Jacket?
Yeah, there's one over here. I think they said that there's
So let me
someone
get
that identifies as a cat, and they have a kitty litter box in the bathroom.
let me get this straight. So now schools are putting kitty litter boxes in the bathroom,
Yeah.
but they have to put the sinks outside.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense. Like it's ass
Yeah.
backwards.
Yeah.
Like I feel bad for you for,
Yeah.
like being in school in this time of ages, but like it's getting out of control. Like it really is.
I really wish I could grow up like you're like when you grew up, because my schools, like I said, you can't have bags. School shootings are also the worst, and like bomb threats and all that. It's the worst ever been. Oh yeah, about school shootings, I was never scared of them because, like, until I saw those videos, then I got scared of them. But in reality, if I die, I die. If
But you shouldn't have to think that
Yeah.
at your age.
if someone
it's
in
sad.
front of me, someone in front of me decides, they're like, oh, you can't have a bag in here, because again, we can't have bags in classes.
Yeah.
And it's like, And they're like, put your bag away. He's like, no. And then he just decides to pull out a freaking whole rifle and just starts lighting the classroom up. Hey, if I'm in the way, then I'm in the way. But
yeah, I mean, but you know,
it's just like I can't really do anything about it. I don't know how people even get guns.
Yeah, like well, most of the kids that get their guns in the
parents.
schools is their parents.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit where they put their gun, and their kids like, well, I'm pissed off at Timmy. You know, I'm gonna go in school and shoot him. And it's a complete different time now than it was when I went to school. Like we didn't. I'm guessing. I'm just throwing it out there. Do you have a metal detector in your school? Or do you have someone that checks bags like you said?
When we did bag checks, the principal was in on it. Those Patriots like I was talking about, the one with like concealed weapons and stuff. Yeah. They do it like everyone does it. Even if you don't have a bag, they still check you. They do that like once in a while.
See, that is, I never got checked in high school once. Like never pat down, never, I think they did locker searches like at the end of my high school career.
Yeah,
it had like
maybe like a code Ralph or something
so
they called it.
My buddies, this was a funny story. My buddies, we were in English class and we were reading some stupid book that I don't remember, but the teacher's like, they did an announcement over and they're like, please let all students be in class while we search the lockers. My buddy had weed in his locker and he's like, oh shit, like what do I do? The English teacher's like, go get it and come back. So that he gets it and comes back and he had weed. It was my English teacher was the best. Like he loved us and he didn't want to see any of us get in trouble. But yeah, I mean, it's gotten to a point now where we have to search kids while they're walking down the hallway. Oh, let me search you real quick. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Like we have to, we're teaching our kids at a young age to be scared of the real world problems today. And it's scary. It's really scary. So
it is. It's like, I could imagine being in school, especially with like the bullying and all that shit, how they just like automatically think, oh, I'm going to go kill this person. Like for real, I'm going to bring a gun to school and kill him. Because when I was in school and if someone was bullying me or if I was bullying someone, they would just try to fight you. Like you would have a fight in the hallway. You would see that person and be like, blah, blah, blah. You'd bicker back and forth, then you'd fight. Like you would just fight. Yeah. And now like everyone's these like fearful cowards where like they just want to shoot somebody and not get hurt themselves.
Same with like fights too. Like fights. Some people don't like to fight in school, so they try to take it outside of school. They meet up for a 1-on-1. Turns out it's a 1-on-20. They get jumped. They either go to the hospital for broken ribs or brain, like something with their brain, or they get stabbed or shot in like a fight. It's a big thing. Also, there was a fight the other day in my school, which we don't get a lot of them because we used to, but then again, we have a lot of patriots and people that will literally slam us on our neck because, hey, if they got to break up the fight one way, then they will. There's two girls beefing, and they were beefing, and the cousin jumped in. It was a 2-on-1, two girls fighting, and that one girl beat both of them up at the same time. It was crazy.
Damn.
Like,
wow.
I looked at the video too. She was fighting. She went boom, punched her. Her cousin tried to come in, threw her cousin on the floor, and kept fighting her. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and then round 2, her cousin, while they were walking out after they got split up, her cousin tried to come back to get like her get back, just to get beat up again. So
that's
crazy.
wild.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, I saw some crazy fights in high school. Like crazy fights, like blood all over the hallway. People getting like, it's insane. Like when I think back.
Well, you guys went to like more of a population school where they had more students.
Yeah.
I went to I think our graduating class was like 63 kids.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It was really small. We all knew each other, and I was in a couple fights in high school. I wasn't much of a fighter, but the consequences of that, like if you had a fight, you probably had suspended for a day, and then the next day they'll talk to you. Now these kids get in fights and they get expelled. Like they don't mess around with that stuff anymore.
Yeah, and it's crazy, because like it could have been a kid that was being provoked for 2 months, and all of a sudden he snaps, and now he is suspended for the rest of the year. He has to do he has to have a tutor come to the house. He has to take all of his exams separate from everybody else because someone else fucked with him so long and he finally snapped and he punched somebody in the face and now he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
That's how it all happens anyways. It's always a build up.
Yeah.
And then when someone finally snaps, oh, he was such a good kid. I can't believe he did that. Well, you fucked with him so long, you fucking made him that way.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if you lock a dog up in a cage and tell him he's bad every single day, when you let the dog out, he's gonna fucking bite you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just how that goes. Like you think like you could be mean to people all the time, or you could treat people a certain way with no consequences. When that person has finally had enough and they're gonna snap, I don't want to be any part of it because you don't know what that person's capable of or what they had to deal with going in their own head with what you've been doing to them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what it all sounds, dude, school's got to be so crazy nowadays. Like, I just remember having so much fun in school.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think back in my best times of my life were in high school. Just like all the shit that we used to do after school, the shit like the summer, the summer vacations, the spring breaks, like just all of that shit. When I think about it back then, I'm like, dude, it was lit when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And now when there's a summer vacation or a winter break or a spring break, you don't even see anybody outside.
Yeah.
You don't even see kids outside anymore. Like if we were on summer break, I think we podcasted about this a couple months ago when we did our summer episode. There would be 100 kids outside. There'd be a gang of kids on bikes over here, some skateboarders over here, some girls walking around playing hopscotch, jump rope. Just there's so much stuff going on outside. And like nowadays, it's like everyone's just, on their phone inside. Hey,
yeah, they're on their gaming systems, on their tablets, and on their phones.
WYD, like that's all it is nowadays.
Yeah.
And like I feel like I'll take this into my own kind of life right now. Even females these days, like I'm hitting up some chicks like, yo, what's up? They're fucking boring as fuck. I'm like, what do you do for fun? Oh, I just hang out with my kids and I just clean the house. I'm like, all right, yeah, so you do like adult shit, but like what do you do for fun? Like what do you do that like fulfills you? Like what do you do? Oh, like every once in a while, like I'll go out to the bar. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Like what do you actually do for fun?
Yeah.
Like nobody, like a lot of grown adults don't have hobbies anymore.
Yeah, no.
And I'm going to tell you as your dad, always be into so much stuff like that you like never run out of things to do. Cause like when I grew up, I was skating. I was making music. I was doing flips on trampolines. I was playing video. Like there were so many things that I was into that transform into my adult life. Sometimes I'll go skate. Sometimes I'll play video games. Sometimes I'll, fire up the heat press, make some shirts. Sometimes I'll, there's so much things that when you get to be an adult, you don't really have a lot of time anymore or a lot of fun things to do anymore because now you're focused on providing for you and whoever else you're living your adult life with, you know? So having stuff to do when you get older is important because I feel like a lot of you bum ass bitches I'm talking about, you don't have anything to do. And like, I'm like, hey, this chick hits me up, right? I never really hit up a chick. First they hit me up and I choose who I want to talk to, right? A chick will hit me up like, oh, hey, we should hang out sometime. And in my mind, hang out sometime. Yo, we should go like for a hike or like we should go like walk around the lake or we should go do this. They're like, oh, I was thinking like you could just like come over here and we could hang out. Bro, the first time I meet you, I'm not trying to come to your house. And like, and you're not coming to my house.
You always have to go to like a neutral area.
Yeah, like let's meet. No, that's like people cut right to the chase nowadays. Like they want one thing and that one thing only, and that's okay. But in my mind, I'm like, I just have so many other things that I like to do. Like I went hiking with Cricky like 2 weekends ago. I brought my binoculars, and Cricky was like, bro, you got binoculars in your backpack? I'm like, yeah, man, I figured while we're up here at the top of Ononda, then I'm going to look at the lake from way up here and like look in the trees and shit. And I did. And like Cricky was looking at me like, dude, that's pretty cool. Cause like no one's carrying around binoculars anymore. But it's just like, I just think of like other shit to do while I'm at where I'm at. Like, okay, we can go walk at the lake. There's 100 things we could do at the lake. We could skip. We could skip rocks if you want. We could see who could skip the farthest rock. That's a true love story in my book. Or we could go grab ice cream at the ice cream place and make the conversation better. Like, how's your ice cream? Oh, my ice cream. Oh, I usually get the, like it's like conversation starters that lead from all this other stuff. And nobody in their adult lives nowadays really has like a personality or hobbies. And I've realized that. And it's a good thing I met this guy because me and him share a lot of the same shit and same overall goals that we want in life, And even with him, like we don't just podcast. Like sometimes I'm like, dude, let's just go do something fun today.
Yeah.
And we'll just literally go do something fun. And it's fun because we're doing something that nobody else really wants to go do because they're too lazy, or it's like, oh, I could do that at home, or oh, I could have made that at home. It's like you're not living your life just sitting at your house and like living your life through a screen.
Yeah, I hate lazy people, like unmotivated people that just they just think it's gonna come to them. Like you gotta work for most stuff like this. Just look at this around you. Did this guy over here just offer you? Oh yeah, you just stay in here for free. You work for this area.
Yeah,
shirts.
Yeah,
this him, everyone.
Yeah, everything you see in here, like we invested in because like we need you got to have a computer to do most of the stuff you do nowadays. You got to have everything is hooked up in here. Even like the background, everything that goes into this was like money that we spent, but we know that it's something that we're totally interested in, and you're not really worried about spending cash that goes into a goal, right? Like that doesn't count as like, oh, I'm broke right now, I can't buy that. You're like, yo, the studio needs some curtains. Boom, we're getting some curtains.
Yeah.
Even if it was like my last $20 that I had for the day, I'm buying the curtains and we're hanging them up, and that's that because that's our overall goal. And I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, like we're like investing in things. No, it's not even about that. It's like people just like, going back to what I was saying is just have other hobbies. Like, like you wrestle, you play basketball, you used to go to the skate park a lot when you were younger, and like you fish, you're a good fisherman. You catch even better fish than I do, to be honest. But I always have, little kids with me, your little brother and sister, so I can't really go out. When I take them fishing, it's like, okay, where can I go and not let my 2-year-old drown right now? Because Ivy will.
Yeah, she'll go right in.
She's crazy. Like she'll jump right in the water. She doesn't care. She's not afraid of anything. That girl is not afraid of anything. It scares me sometimes. She's on the trampoline. She's trying to do a backflip. I'm like, no. I'm like, you could do your little front flip because it's like half a front flip. It's not really a front flip, but it's okay that we can call it that. But she's trying to backflip. I'm like, no. Like, she's not afraid of anything. You know what I mean? And so it's like, when I fish, I can't really get too extreme because I'm always thinking about, okay, I don't know about, bringing her here. But just like my like thing as your dad is just be optimistic to everything. Like build with everyone too. Don't just hang out with like this group of friends forever, because you might find out that like, oh, that kid that I never really hung out with because my friends didn't like him, he's actually like a cool dude and he's into some stuff that I'm into, and he knows more about some stuff than I do, and maybe me and him could have something together, or we could hang out and just do that said hobby when we hang. You know what I mean? It's good to have a variety of friends, and it's good to just be involved in a bunch of stuff and just be nice to everyone. Yeah. Like I know you're young, you guys like to joke around and pick on each other and stuff. That comes your whole life. Me and Bogart pick on each other all day long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like respect people and just
life
be
is
nice.
Yeah, life.
Just be nice.
I always tell younger kids at work, you're only young once. Like, do things, get in trouble, like travel, and like, go out with your friends and explore the world, because before you know it, you're going to be working a 40-hour job, and it's going to suck. Like bills are going to come to you, and I took advantage, or back when I was your age, I always like, oh, I can't wait to get out of the house and, live life. I wish I was 15 again because I have so many
I know.
bills. Like literally, I'll get my paycheck and it's gone within minutes because I'm just paying bills all the time. And if I could go back to high school those days and like, you know, live life and not be pissed off because I was an adult, hell yeah, I'm gonna do it. So
Yeah, like when I got my first job, like 2 years ago now, my grandpa, you know, Papa, he was like, "So you sure you want to work?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's money." He goes, well, "You're gonna be working your whole life when you're older, so
Yeah.
why like you want to like live your life?" Which I only worked 4 hours a day, 8 to 12, and then I had the rest of my day, so it wasn't bad. Made about $600 every 2 weeks. You know, pretty good pay.
yeah, so it's like
pretty
just like
good.
a part-time.
Yeah,
gig.
it was just for the summer and stuff.
Yeah.
No, that's sweet. Yeah, and when I heard you were working, I was like, that's cool that he wants to work. He has the ambition to work, but also I'm like, little does he know he's gonna start working and being like, yo, this shit's for the birds.
Yeah, that's
What am I doing?
that's why like
Because it's gonna be your whole life. You
Yeah.
got your whole life to work away and, you know, stash money here and there too throughout your years. You know, put money in here and put money in there and kind of forget about it. And then when, you know, your first apartment comes up when you're old enough, you know, you're like, man, apartments are expensive. Oh, but I got a couple $1,000s that I tucked away in there that I kind of forgot about. Now it's a good time to use it. You know, it's like a lot of the materialistic things that, you know, materialistic things matter when you're in school, right? Because you want to look cool. You want to have the Nike on. You want to have the Jordan stuff on. You want to look cool, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
But
most
I
of
can't
my
lie.
clothes-
I'm the same way. See, a lot of people at my work, even, they're like, "You're not that old," and then I tell them how old I am, and they don't believe me. They're like, "You dress like you're like 22." I'm like, this is how I've dressed my entire life. Like I just like never switched up how I dressed, you know? And like people think you know, that makes me look super young. It's not that it's super young. That's just what I've always grew up on. Like when I see like a punk rock dude that's like 45 years old, like at the Avril Lavigne concert, I'm like, that guy's been dressing like that for a long time. I already know he's got a mohawk still and everything. And it's like, you know, like materialistic things matter when you're a kid because everyone wants to fit in when you're younger. You know, when you get older, when you're like 23, 24, you realize fitting in doesn't matter anymore. And you know, trying to impress other people by what you have on or like, you know, the kind of car you drive or the kind of clothes you're wearing, that doesn't go with you when you're gone. People remember
money doesn't go with you.
Yeah.
Like
people remember you by how you treated them and what you did and what your interests were. People always remember like, oh yeah, I remember I can't even speak. People be like, I remember Juice was a big da-da-da fan or he loved that or like, oh, he did, you know what I mean? People remember you by what you share with people, not by what you kept for yourself.
Yeah, it's it's the person. Oh, there goes my phone. I always got to remember to turn that off. But it's always so when I was your age as well, like I worked a summer job with my dad making like a shit ton of money, just moving people's furniture and shit. And then I would go to the mall and buy like the most expensive, like, you know, shirts and pants. And I blew all my money about that. None of that mattered when I, you know, got to like 23, 24. I didn't care what I looked like anymore. You know, at the end of the day, it's not about the clothes you wear. It's the activities you did to make an impact to your friends. So it's
for sure.
But yeah.
So this is funny because I was just thinking about this. Do people like go around school being like, "Oh, he got the Temu's on"? do people do that? Because now like Temu's big and like I order shit off there all the time.
And Shein too.
Yeah, Shein and stuff. So do people go around like, "Oh, I saw those on Temu. He's got the Temu's on." Like, is that a thing?
If I'm being honest, it probably does happen, and I'm open about it too. I tell people too, like this compression shirt right here, I literally got off of Shein. I'll say it loud and proud. Why go to Nike or anywhere else and get this? This was like $2 for like a pet, or it was like $4 for like 3 of them, and then I got like other shirts. I get clothes off Shein all the time. Like, I know I'm wearing Nike pants in this right now. This was on sale. This right here is like $120 originally. Pretty sure this was $60. These pants were
What
like
is it
$40.
like? Is it the tech stuff
Yeah.
though? Yeah, that's why.
It was all
Nike
cheap,
tech's
and that's the only
expensive.
reason why I got it.
Yeah,
And
I love the tech
Yeah.
Nikes. I mean, it's weird. I'm not wearing something that's Nike right now. Usually, it's all. I mean, my hat I think is Nike, but
Yeah.
I love Nike clothes. Like that's the only thing that I do spend money on religiously.
Is Nike stuff.
But it's for me though. I'm not out here like, oh, I gotta wear the Nike hoodie to the show because everyone's
Nike
gonna
is
realize
just,
I'm wearing a
like-
Nike hoodie. It's not even
Yeah.
about that. It's just like that's what I like. I've always liked Nike and Champion.
yeah,
Those are
me
the-
too. I
that's
grew
the
up with
only-
Champion too.
Yeah.
That's the only two brands that I buy because that's what I like and it's comfortable. Champion. Well, see, I've always been like an athletic wear guy too. Like I feel comfortable in this, like a Champion hood, like a Nike hood with some, some joggers or some shorts. Like I feel comfortable like that. I don't care how you dress or what you wear. You're still my friend, no matter what you choose to wear.
Yeah.
I mean, Bogart's got a cool Mighty Ducks jersey on right now, and it's the Goldberg one. If you guys didn't realize.
Okay, so Timu shirt of the week is Mighty Ducks jersey. It actually came out beautiful.
It's Danny Goldberg.
Oh yeah, I can't really turn around, but
Yeah, that's fire. No, that's see, and it's okay. Like, see, it's okay to buy stuff like that off Temu and wear
Yeah.
it because it's cool, I think. And when other people are like, "Oh, he probably got that jersey on Temu," and it's like,
it's like who cares? Like
who gives a fuck? You bought the real one at Dick's for $200. You're an
Yeah,
idiot.
like-
you know,
like on Temu.
you're an idiot.
Like Shein and Temu, I'm pretty sure like the same type of company. Like these shoes right here, these Yeezy slides. I spent $190 on them.
oh
Hate to say it, and they're $10 on Shein.
well,
They're literally the same thing. I've seen them. Honestly, next time I get another pair, I'm getting them on Shein. I don't care if someone comes up to me and says, "Oh, you got those off Shein? They're fake." Okay, you spent 190, 120, 100.
well, this
Right.
is what I would say. I would say no, they're the real deal. How can they
Yeah.
tell between the two?
There's literally one way to tell, and you can't even tell
Just an
anymore. See,
Adidas
see that
logo.
little like logo right there?
Oh.
It's literally there, but it fades because it's old.
Yeah.
So I would just say, "Oh yeah, it faded. It's old."
Yeah.
So, and also it doesn't even matter anyways. People don't check, especially when your foot's on it. No one's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
check.
no one's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna examine your shoe and see
Yeah.
if it's fake." No, I mean, yeah,
But I feel like you're into the shoes though, because I always had I was into shoes for a long time. Like, when you were
Yeah.
growing up, I always had like crazy amounts of shoes around the house. Like I was always buying like I have a whole bunch of shoes.
and hats and stuff.
I have a whole bunch of shoes in my studio that I've never even put on my foot before.
Yeah,
I
like
just buy them just to
literally
have them.
Yeah, I don't even buy shoes to wear. Those Ben and Jerry Dunks that I have, those like multicolored ones.
Yeah.
Those literally look good. I've worn them once. It was on my birthday.
And it was snowing.
Yeah, and
I remember because we went.
To Nike, yeah.
I went to Nike and you were
and like
wearing them. You were
actually
like slopping
those shoes, yeah,
to
those
the
shoes,
snow.
those shoes that you did give me that day,
Oh, those Air Maxes.
those might be like the only shoes I ever wear.
Yeah,
I literally
those are
wear-
sick though.
I wear these and those Air Maxes. And that's
Air
it.
Maxes are like my favorite, and
Yeah.
I got those same ones that you have, but they're all white at home, and I bought them because I'm like a big like white shoe fan. Like all of a sudden, like the past couple of years,
I like white. I just can't keep it white.
like I like white shoes, but I have all the shoe cleaning kits. Like I'm always
Oh,
keeping
yeah, yeah, you do
my
got
shit
those.
super nice. And even like when Brendan comes over, he's like, "Dad, can you clean my shoes?" Like I always clean his shoes, and they look brand new. Even with like Ivy, because she always wears Crocs. I don't even think she knows that like sneakers are a thing. Like she just always wears Crocs because she's little. But like I'll take her Crocs and I'll like clean them all up, and they look brand new. But I've been into like the white shoes for a while, and I bought white Air Maxes that I thought I was gonna wear all the time. I've still never worn them, and I've been looking for like when we just went on vacation, I was gonna bring them with me, and I'm like, oh, it's a perfect time to wear these white Air Maxes on the beach, in the sun, where it's hot. This is a good place to wear them, and I didn't even bring them. And I was going through the studio like a couple nights ago. I'm like, dang, I still haven't worn those shoes yet. Like I have so many pairs of shoes that I just like try to find a place to wear them or because like this is how it goes with shoes, right? You wear a pair of shoes once and you're like, I already broke the seal on. I'm not gonna wear them every day. That's the right way. And you wear them, then you're like, okay, I guess I'm wearing these shoes. Like these are my new daily shoes.
Yeah, I have these gray Dunks that I got for school. I was gonna wear it for my first day of school and probably most of school. I haven't worn them once.
Yeah.
I literally, because like they fit. I mean, they're gray. There's a lot of stuff that kind of matches with gray. You can't really not match with gray and white.
Yeah. It's like a neutral.
And like I
Yeah,
literally
gray's
just
a
haven't
neutral.
worn it. And like you said, the day that I wear it, I'll probably just end up wearing them every day.
Yeah.
But that's how I was with those shoes that you got me. I really wore them. I don't know when the first time I wore them. It was probably last year when you got them for me. One
Yeah,
day.
it was on your birthday this year in January. So it was like 8 months ago now.
Yeah, but I've worn them like all the time. And like you've seen, I had basketball shoes. I play basketball. I don't play basketball for a team anymore, but I still play with my friends. I still shoot. I have a hoop in my room that I just shoot on.
I have a ball in my car.
Yeah, I literally
Wherever I
just-
go, I'm thinking like I have a basketball just in
Yeah,
case.
I literally just have those shoes, not to impress anyone. I just think the shoes look cool. And then back with the Sheen stuff, most of my clothes, I'm pretty sure, like, I want to say 80, 90% of my clothes are probably from Sheen, because they're black joggers, for example. Go somewhere else, those are about 20, 30, maybe more. Those are like $5. These
Yeah.
compression shirts are literally $60 at like Puma, Adidas, Nike,
Yeah,
whatever.
they're crazy expensive.
Yeah, and these
even
they're
like the
cheap.
leggings ones too. They're
And if
nuts.
let's say oh, it's bad quality. Okay, if I rip this and it gets broken, I'll just spend another $4.
right, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
whoops, like I don't gotta, yeah,
instead of
that's the
spending
thing.
another 60.
That's the
And
thing.
a lot of people do wear clothes from Shein. Like I have a lot of shorts from Shein because I do like their brands. They do have nice clothes. A lot of people in my school do wear like Shein clothes, and no one's really like, oh, you're wearing Shein. A lot of people don't really care. Like not people aren't really judgmental on what people wear anymore. At least in my school, maybe
Yeah.
in like other schools, but
Yeah.
my school they don't care.
Well, because I just remember back in the day, people be like, "Oh, he's got the Walmart shoes on," and I'm like, "So, like when Walmart sold Airwalk
Yeah.
shoes, you remember back then, like
Yep.
they're like Payless and stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
I loved Airwalks, and my parents bought them for me because I was always outside playing, and they were good shoes, but they were cheap.
Yeah.
But they were also skate shoes.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I can skate in these, and I can fuck them all up, and I'm not gonna be in trouble because I know I could get another pair because my parents will buy them for me because they're cheap.
Yeah.
So like I know people made fun of me too, like, oh, you got the Faded Glory hoodie on, and I'm like, yeah, it is a Faded Glory hoodie, but guess what? Like I customized it, now it's my hoodie.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we might have the same hoodie from Walmart, but mine has a logo on it now. Yours doesn't. You got the plain Walmart hoodie on. Like that's why I like. How do you even like say that back to somebody?
Yeah, I would just be like,
You know what I mean? It's
I'd
like-
just be like, who cares? It
Yeah.
is from Walmart, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Like those oh, sorry to cut you off.
No,
but-
no, go ahead.
Oh, but like those Rhode Island, remember those hoodies from Walmart?
Yeah.
Those are nice hoodies.
Yeah, those were sick.
I wore that.
That was like that was
I
one
wore
of
that
the
today to
best.
the gym.
That was one of the best WalMarts I ever went into.
Yes, that was a nice
they
Walmart.
they had dude, they had
They had
all
a lot
these
of food stuff.
they had
Yeah.
all these clothes too that like you never see in like these Walmarts. Like they had bigger brands, I feel like, than like the Walmarts around here. And like we're like Brendan got those USA slides. And like I was looking for them in my size. I'm like, dude, those are sick. Like I would wear those around the house or when I'm just chilling, even mowing the lawn just outside. Like those are sick. And yeah, the hoodies that we got there, they were sick. Even where else did we go there too? They had sick stuff. What's the store that I went in with Mimi and you and Brendan were sleeping? Fucking what's it called? Burlington.
Yeah.
Oh, Burlington Coat Factory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, Burlington Coat Factory is cool.
Yeah, so we went in there, right? There was one in Rhode Island, and it was huge too. Like it was way bigger than the ones around here. Me and my mom went in there. They had like all these. Like remember I was Snapchatting you, like, bro, you gotta come in here. Look at the jerseys in here. They're all like,
Oh yeah, they did have a lot of jerseys.
like they were all like $10, and I think I bought one for Ivy and one for Brendan, because I know that like back home, my Burlington doesn't. Oh, I haven't been to Burlington in a long time, but I don't ever see that kind of stuff for that price for kids anyways. Kid stuff is like just expensive as adult stuff. It doesn't even make sense. I hate that.
Yeah.
And like I bought these jerseys for them and they're LeBron James jerseys because I know Brendan loves LeBron James. And I think it's only because, we'd always play like 2K and he'd be like, "Who do I pick?" Because we'd always do the 2-on-2 or like a
LeBron's the best.
like on the blacktop. You know how you pick
Yeah.
2 different guys. He'd always be like LeBron, and I'd be like, "No, I'm gonna pick Kevin Garnett," and he'd be like, "No, I want to be Kevin
Yeah.
Garnett." So like I just do that just
Or
to
Yao Ming.
yeah, like yeah, he loved Yao Ming. I forgot, but like. So I just got him that jersey, and then I feel like I get Ivy one too, just because they had it in her size, and I've never seen a LeBron jersey this big. So I'm like, I'm gonna buy that just because it's $8. Like you can't get a like, and it's like official like NBA stuff for like $8. So it's like it doesn't really matter what you wear. Like I was saying before, who cares how people dress, what they look like? You know, if your friend's got a green mohawk, he's cool. You know, if your friend's got his nose pierced right here with a septum ring, he's cool. Like. You know, if he's got plugs, if he's got his ears gauged, he's cool. If he's got a tattoo on his arm and he's fucking 17, he's probably a badass and he's probably a cool kid though. It's like don't
judge
stereotype people. You know, that's what happens.
Don't judge a book by its cover, basically.
Because
like,
I met
in any situation,
a lot of the friends that I still have to this day are friends that I didn't grow up with that I found outside of my, you know, like my
School,
best friends growing up. Like, you know, like Jeff Clark and all them. Like, I didn't really hang out with them until like later on because I like ventured out into different groups of people and I was like, dude, these guys are cool as hell. I want to hang out with these guys. And, you know, even though they were into cars and stuff and I wasn't, I was still riding around with them in their cool ass cars. They were teaching me how to, you know, change my brakes. Just, you know, shit that my other friends were, you know, would never be able to teach me. And it's just like, you know, like reaching out and hanging out with different types of people is fun. Like, and it builds your character too, and it kind of prepares you to be in any situation with anyone in the room, you know? Like, you could walk into a room right now, right, of 6 guys that play Digimon, you know, and you have no idea about Digimon. You don't even know what the hell is going on, but you walk in the room and they're all playing this card game and they ask you to play and they teach you how to play and you're like, yo, this is kind of fun. And now you start talking to these kids and they seem like they're pretty cool kids and you guys now have an interest together. You guys are both playing this game. Don't like lose contact with those people because like later down the road, that guy one of those kids might know how to plug you into something that you're trying to get into, or like he has a connection somewhere that you don't, you know, like it's good to keep people in variety, you know, because everyone's got their own groups of people and it just branches and branches and you build your connections that way.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not going to sit up here and try and be your dad on the podcast and school you with stuff, but I'm just saying, like, one thing I want to ask you, right? You're 15, right? You're a sophomore in high school right now. What's your like biggest memory to date right now? Like what's like one of like your favorite memories to this day that you could think of?
Honestly, I have a lot of good memories, but like a memory that like I always think about only because it was like a fun time. And it's not even because like my mom passed away now, but like remember when I went to like Disney World in Orlando, like Universal Studios? Like,
yeah, you brought me back the King Kong shirt.
Yeah, when I
wore that the other day, actually.
You did?
Yeah.
But I literally, like, if for some reason, it's literally the best memory. Like, I was still young. I barely remember it. All I remember is we had this hotel, nice hot tub, nice pool. I was also with my family that I barely get to see. And when I was with them all, you know, it was very fun. I woke up in the morning. We all had beds. Like, there'd be beds together. Like, literally all of us would be crammed into one hotel room. But there was, like, 2 hotel rooms, but it was, like, a door that connected in between, like, each other.
Yeah.
For breakfast, because it's, like, Disney or whatever. Like, Disney was literally right down the road. Like, we took a bus to Disney. It was the funnest thing ever. And what we did was, you know, we got breakfast. And you know how, like, you can make pancakes, like, there's that waffle maker or whatever?
Yeah, yeah.
It was that, but it was Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
And it was, like, the best pancakes ever made, the best looking pancakes. It was just cool, like, in general. Went to Disney, had a lot of fun. I don't think a lot of people get to go to Disney. I haven't went to Disney since the first time I went to Disney. Probably my only time I'll go. And then for Universal, we had this hotel. It was like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was like a huge pool. And there was like a lobby that was probably the size of like, I don't know, it was huge. And there was like Guitar Hero there, and I'd always play. There was like a hotel we would always hang out at. It was like the funniest thing ever. Like
Yeah.
I literally was like so young and it was so fun to me.
I've
And
never been to Disney World.
I want to go back now that I'm older.
I went
And
when
Universal.
I went when I was like in 5th grade or something like that.
Yeah.
I went. Yeah, I mean it was fun, but again, I was young and I had like I guess anger issues when I was younger. So like I always caused trouble at Disney World and stuff like that. And I'm sure when we got back
I always
from
caused trouble with Disney World.
when we got back, my parents were probably like, we need another vacation away from these kids. But I mean, it was fun. I mean, I remember going on rides and stuff like that, and that was fun. Epcot Center, that was huge. It was like it was absolutely huge. I don't even think we saw the whole thing. But it was fun though. But
Yeah. And we had like fast passes, so we literally cut in line every time.
Yeah.
Every single ride
okay.
we went to. And I was also like probably this short at the time. And to me, it was like funnest thing ever. And there was like a rides, like I don't remember, I'm probably wrong, but my mom and Dylan were able to go on it because they were bigger at the time. And it was like you get to pick like a song you listen to while you're on the ride or something. I don't know.
Oh, that's
like,
cool.
Like it like plays music in your ears or something. I don't know if that's how it worked, but it was like a huge roller coaster. I never wanted to go on it because I was too young.
It's like a silent disco roller coaster.
Yeah.
yeah.
You just like tune the song that you want to be like thrilled to.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yes, I think it was something like that.
So like now that you're getting older, right? I know like your outlook on life has changed a lot. And I remember when you were younger, you used to tell me when you grew up, you wanted to be an NBA player when you were like 6, right? So when you think about being the age you are now from 6, like what has that changed? Like well, obviously that's changed. You don't really play basketball anymore like that. But like what do you see yourself doing in the future now that you're old enough to know what goes on or what it is?
This might seem lazy, but I know I
This
want to
might
go to
seem
NBA, but I don't want to go professional in any sports. I don't care if I'm as good as LeBron or better. I'm never playing basketball. Like I'll play basketball, like college basketball maybe or something like that, if I actually wanted to. But like obviously I don't, or even college wrestling or whatever sport I want to do. But I would never go professional in a sport because you got to keep working for it and then play for a team. I would rather live like I want to do real estate because it won't be easy. But like if you invest the money, then you basically make money without doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, you got to do some stuff obviously, but
Yeah, it's like passive income.
yeah. But like without having to work like a 9 to 5 every single day to support your family, it would just feel good. You just make money. But to start there, I'd probably be working a lot if I'm being honest. If I have to work at McDonald's,
So you want to be after high school? Do you want to go into the workforce or do you want to try college?
I'll probably try. I mean, I'm taking 2 college classes right now, and I'm probably gonna take one next year because I don't think I could take it this year unless it's like later in the year.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just for 11th grade. I don't know, but I probably will go to college, maybe. But you don't have to go to college to be successful.
Oh, no.
It just increases your chances of being more. Unless you want to be like a doctor or something.
Yeah.
You can't just be a doctor randomly.
You have a PhD in like 10
I think
years.
it's like 8 years or something like that.
Yeah, like
you got to do
8
crazy
to 10
stuff.
years of just
Grinding work, really.
Yeah. And I just want to make money without, like, money, like you said, money doesn't go to the grave. When you die, it's not like people are like, oh, yeah, he's a billionaire. I mean, some people might think that, like, if Elon Musk was to die, but, like.
Oh. Is that your phone? Yeah.
That was scary.
I've done it a million times. Like, I drop my phone and it makes a,
Wait, was your screen already cracked like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not even a scratch. It's
it's the screen protector. I was gonna say, I was like, damn, if that just cracked, that sucks.
Yeah. Now my phone doesn't crack. It never cracks unless I break it myself.
Uh-huh.
But, when you die, because time's really valuable. I could die tomorrow, today. You never know when your last time is. So, getting as much money as I can as soon as possible, and then,
Invest
find
that.
like
Yeah.
as much as I
That's
want.
a good
and then,
outlook.
And then I could also pass it down to my family. Like generational wealth.
Yeah.
Like people always complain about, oh, I wish I was born in a rich family, this and that. The rich person that got that money didn't just get rich; they worked for it and was able to pass down from generations.
Yeah.
You could be that difference. We don't come from a rich royal family.
So, what's funny is I just saw this thing about 50 Cent, right? His son is like 27 years old and is still demanding child support from him. And he's like 27 years old, and 50 Cent gives him like $12,000 a month just because, right? But he said he wants his dad to start giving him more as a 27-year-old guy. He's not a kid anymore. As a 27-year-old kid, and like 50 Cent went on this long rant about how my son is 27 years old. He thinks because I'm rich that he's rich. He thinks that, because I worked for all of this in my whole life, that like all of this is his. He's like, I just wish he would, because I guess he like won't work. He won't like do anything because his dad's 50 Cent. And like 50 Cent's like, I'm already paying you this amount of money. And he actually offered him like $1 million business to take over, to like control for him. Like, here, you can have this business. And he like declined. Like, he doesn't want to do anything. He just wants to be rich because he's 50 Cent's son. And I was watching 50 Cent go on about it. He was talking about it like in a reel or whatever. And it's like, I can see that happening a lot once you're like that person. Like, say you're like Elon Musk's little brother or whatever.
I wouldn't work at all. I would rely on him only. You
just be like, yo, Elon, I need like $8,000 for tomorrow. I was going to go on a camping trip, or like, whatever. Yeah. But like, I can see that happening a lot when your like family has a lot of money, or someone in your family is like one of those people that's super wealthy. And that 50 Cent thing just really got to me, because I'm like, yeah, he's your kid, yeah, whatever, but he's also a grown man now, and he's still like demanding you pay all this stuff for him, and you've already offered him like a business. You've already, he's like tried to like make him work and like give him things to control, and he's like, nah, I just want that cash every month because I'm your son, and and he's a grown man, so I get what you're saying by that, like, at least see, like, if that ever happened with me, like if anything happened where like I started making millions and millions of dollars, like I wouldn't even know who to spend it on or who to give it to besides my children. You know what I mean? Because at the end, that's all I'm trying to do is leave you guys with something.
Yeah, because
I'm not.
You don't just go to the grave with the money. You gotta,
like I want
pass it on.
Like the day that I'm gone, I want you guys to inherit something from me or whatever it could be, and I'll, just to think in your head like, man, my dad literally tried everything he could. He never gave up on all of these little crazy ideas that he got, but he still made a way through life. And I'm not gonna lie, dude, my life is crazy, man. Like, especially with what happened with your mom, what happened with me and Brendan's mom. Like, I've been on like a weird path for the past couple of years. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's next. You know what I mean? And like as your dad, like it's like I don't really speak about this stuff too much because I'm like, I'm a man. I'm just supposed to, stay quiet and just like deal with my feelings accordingly. But I go through shit all the time, dude. Like, like my bills are late most of the time. Like I live by myself. I work my ass off, and like the little money that I do have, I try to have fun when your sister and brother or when you're over and stuff. Like, I try to do fun things with my money like that while I can, because I'm alone all week. I work my ass off to come home to an empty house, and that shit bothers me. Yeah, that shit bothers me though, because I've always had kids at my house, and for them to just get like taken away from me and being in separate houses, like it literally made me like a different person. And I'm so skeptical about like dating and trying to be with somebody else, because at my age, everyone else has kids too. Yeah. So you're not just like dating somebody that has to accept your kids. You also have to accept their kids, you know? And it's this crazy thing. Like, I know you're like too young to even like, you know, understand this now, but someday you'll look back at this podcast and be like, man, I get it now. But like, shit's not all gravy, you know? Like, I go through a ton of shit, dude. Like, my anxiety is always crazy. I don't know if I have depression or like PTSD or something, but I get super spooked out about certain things. Like, just, it's like, it's wild, but it's only the past couple years that it's been like that because of how much my life has changed in 2 years, you know? With like Brendan's mom, like, just doing what she did to us, you know? And then like your
Yeah.
mom, like, passing away. And now, like, I feel like I'm the only parent you have left on this planet. So it makes me feel like I have to go twice as hard. You know what I mean? And like, I'm trying to align ducks and I'm trying to learn new things to make our lives a little easier. So when our lives are easier, you can think like, man, my dad really made something happen. But also, like, remember this conversation where like, I'm also going through all of this shit in this crazy mindset I'm in, but still trying to make better for everyone else. You know what I mean? So, I don't want to get too deep into that anymore, but man, like, it's just crazy having you up here. Like, I would never think that like I would start a podcast, you know, and
Yeah.
I'd have my son up here just chatting with us about his
Adult
life
shit,
and
really.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and it's not like I'm just trying to like, you know, tell you what's right. It's like, take whatever you want from this conversation and use it later down in life because you know more than anybody. I've done a lot of bad things. I've made a lot of big mistakes and I turned that all around throughout your younger childhood till now, you know? And you've seen it more than anybody because you've been with me since I was 18. So from 18 to 34, you've seen a lot of different versions of me go from in trouble to, okay, I'm doing kind of good. Now I'm in trouble again. Now I'm starting to figure things out, you know? So you've seen it more than anybody else where my life has really gone. I'm sure, you know, people in our family have too. But at the end of the day, like everything I do, everything I think of is like, will this benefit my children in the end? I'm not even thinking about if this is good for me. Obviously, yeah, tons of money is great. But is this going to be something that I want to do right now to help my children's future? Not just because my future is already here, you know?
You're
Like,
already an adult.
I'm like living in my future right now, you know, and there's still future ahead. There's always a future ahead, but like I'm like halfway through the future. I feel like where you guys are in school, you guys have like that kind of life where you guys are going to school, so your guys' life is school. You guys don't know what the future is. You guys don't even think about the future, you know? For me, it's like I've been through all that and I'm looking back thinking I never want my kids to have to experience the shit that I had to experience as far as like not living with their parents, you know, your mom and dad are split up. Like I never wanted that ever. And it sucks that it is like that cuz I grew up like that. And when I was really young, I'd spend the night at my friend's house and it'd just be his mom there. Or no, sorry, it'd be his mom and dad there. And I'd be confused, like, your mom and dad live together? Because I didn't grow up. As far back as I can remember, my parents were divorced. So it's weird that like I go to someone's house and both their parents were there. I'd be like, your mom and dad live in the same house? Like that's weird. You know, because like to me, I don't know that, you know, like I always know like I'm going to my dad's house this day, I'm going to my mom's house this way. So I didn't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't know the difference between the household situations because I was just growing up like that. And when I go to my friend's house, I'm like, dude, they live together? That's cool.
Yeah.
So like
Most of my friends, I mean, I
it's
just
more
think about
common.
it.
It's way
Yeah.
more common nowadays, you know, because the world's a little different now. Everyone's got, you know, a secret lover on the side, or, you know, people have social media where they can talk to other people behind their partner's back, or it's just, you know, people are more coming on to people, even at work, you know, like you have someone coming on to you at work or something like that. There's more of that happening than ever because the rules that our grandparents lived by were like we get married, we're together forever. We'll figure this shit out. We'll figure out our differences, but we don't get divorced. That's not even in the, that's not even in the discussion. So it's a little different nowadays when you have all this like social media attention. You have like this attention here, this here, that it's like when you get that attention from your actual spouse or husband and wife, you're like, oh, this isn't good enough because I could just go talk to social media and they'll all pay attention to me. So that it's like a lot different now why people are split up, So I can imagine like at your age, probably a lot of people's parents aren't together. There's a lot of stepfathers and stepmoms in the situation,
Like, I'm not gonna name names, but like one of my friends, he literally, like, I mean, he lives with like his grandma, his mom, his dad. He goes like in between like all of them, and they're all in Geneva. Another one of my friends, his dad is just everywhere, and then he like lives with his mom. Another one of my friends, which Camden and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, like his mom passed away too when he was younger, and
shout out Cab.
Yeah, shout out Camden, man. But I mean,
and his dad.
He has a stepmom now and stuff, and he even said like, yeah, like when I told him about like when my mom died, it was like, well, I guess oh yeah, I'll think about it. I'm pretty sure like all my friends, I'm thinking about like I have different groups, like there's always different like groups of friends that you hang out with, but like my main one, where it's like Camden, DeAndre, Nico, Josiah, Dakota, whatever, none of them live with their parents. Like, literally not a single one. Like, some of them, like, I'm not going to name names, but, like, some of them, they just, like, moved on and went to a different, like, lover, like, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. One of them doesn't try to be a dad at all, and he literally just, like, comes back once in a while, and then it's just, like, literally, that's just like one group of friends. I have other groups of friends that also they don't live with their family. But I'll think about like none of my friends like really have both parents.
Yeah.
Like
it's just like a crazy time, and like I know like you're too young to understand it all, but like the way that I look at it is like I know that if I went through that as a kid and I'm still seeing it today, there's got to be a lot more of that going on, which maybe is for the best in a lot of situations, but then, it's also hurts the kids in the long run. So,
yeah.
But, yeah, man, I think we're going to head out onto the show in a minute here. I'm going to go on to do, if you guys are still watching this, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I know if you're like, if you're still listening, you're a fan because we just have been rambling. Go check out the website. Go cop some merch. Link in description. We're running a little deal up until Christmas, so go get that 20% off every order. Discount code will be in the description too. All that, subscribe, like, comment, share this, whatever you got to do, get it out there. Jaden, how was it? How was it coming on here? It's not too bad, right? Because I have a lot of people. I have a lot of people that have been trying to get on here, but I feel like they're scared.
Yeah. I mean, at first, like, I was on here and I was just sitting here just listening to you guys because, like, I don't know what to say, so I was just sitting here like, yeah, blah, 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 and then you guys are just talking. But then once you, like kind of comes, like,
yeah,
you got to get in the flow of it, and then you just, like, start talking,
That's all this is, like,
realize you're being recorded. I mean, like, not, like,
I never think about it.
Yeah, like you just
I know the camera's right at me, but like I don't even like think about it. And like a lot of people, they have that thing where like I can't be on here because there's no filters. Like they're actually gonna see the real me and not my Snapchat version of me. I feel like there's a lot of people like that, but still that's why like I made the intro like a little longer. Like I didn't introduce you right off the bat. I kind of talked to Bogart for a minute, because I was like, I'm just going to talk to him for a minute and kind of just wait to introduce you for a second so that you can kind of vibe it out for a second. And I'm glad I did that because exactly what he said. He said, I kind of just sat back and chilled. I'm like, that's why I plan to just, talk about the weather like we always do.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was fun. You should come on again. We'll do something in the future on here with you, too. We'll get you on here. Or even if you want. Yeah. Yeah, with Brendan, or even if you want to come back and like talk about something or you want to promote something that you're doing now, come on here and we'll promote it, and you know, more people will see it because you know we got some people watching. So if you got to promote something, come back on and promote it. So, but I'm glad you were on here. This is like one that I've been waiting for to do, and I really didn't have anything planned. Like, you know, I just wanted to like I mean, basically just chit chatted. There was like a whole bunch of things we could have got into. I feel like we touched on a lot of stuff. I didn't want to make it so like dad and son, you know, too much like that. I just want to kick it with you, just like we would at home, you know. But we did get into some real stuff and some stuff that I'm glad I got to say, because there might have been a time where I never was able to say this kind of stuff, you know. So it's cool. I'm glad you're on here. I love you. I just wish the best for you all the time. Like, I want you to just be better than me. That's my goal in life, is my kids to be better than me, you know? So
the American dream.
Don't ever give up. If you have a plan, just execute it and learn all the points about it, learn the pros
you learn
and
from your
cons.
mistakes.
Yeah,
Simple as that. Yeah.
Don't be afraid to, like, you know, take a risk. Like, if one of your friends is like, "Man, I don't think you should invest into that," you know,
the real estate stuff, you know.
Yeah, or that. Yeah, just with anything, just always be mindful of what you want, because in the end, like the way that I'm seeing it right now, how I'm alone and like I live by myself, I take care of everything by myself. I'm seeing it like there's nobody that's got my back except for me. That's what it comes down to. No matter what, you always come back to you. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're laying in the bed by yourself, you know? Not always, but I'm just saying, like, you know,
always.
You know, you're just always, you know, you reflect on yourself. You don't really reflect on you and this and that. You're always like, man, what can I do to be better? That's what you're always saying in your head, like, man, how could I do this? How do I do this? When do I do? You know, it's like the who, what, where, when, whys and stuff come into play. So just don't give up, and just whatever you have dream in your head, just do it, you know? Because a lot of things I wish I would have acted on when I was younger, I didn't, and I wish I did. And that's why I have my children now to be my prodigies. So, you know, so just keep it up, man. Stay in school. Keep taking your college courses, whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
you know?
I just do those just in case I want to go to college and whatever.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, no, it's good. It's good that schools offer that nowadays, because I never got that. You know, they never did that.
They didn't offer any of us.
I mean, we took like AP classes and stuff, which
Oh yeah, I was in that last year.
Yeah, like if you run like AP, like, you know, biology and stuff, people were like, "Whoa, he must be smart because he's an AP math.
Yeah,
he knows the square root of 5, and I don't." Like, I don't know. I probably knew all that shit back then too. I just whatever. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, I love you. Thanks for coming on here. This is a great show. Like I said before, merch link in comments. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Go like the Bogart podcast. Go subscribe to the Bogart podcast. That is our other show in the studio. And Bogart, I think I'm signing out, brother.
All right, my friend.
All right. Some way, somehow, someday. Peace. Fuck you!